Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you're my previous subscribers, welcome my baby dinosaurs. And so for today's video, we're going to be talking specifically about Mitch McConnell and his resignation and potentially what that could mean for the United States as a whole and whether or not a Democrat will replace him in the seat. Because I talked about it previously. If you guys have not, if you have not watched it, do not worry. I took a little clip out. It was only 30 seconds. Even though I did say that Mitch McConnell was going to convict the president, that may be how he's feeling, but he did acquit him. But the information still stands as in terms of what I got. So this is being live streamed February 20th, 2021 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do not have a lot of questions today, so check the description below. You'll find out what I will be covering. Then I will leave the rest up to the live chat and my audience to ask questions. I would prefer it if you guys were to put it in capital letters, just so that it's easier on my eyes and I'm more likely to catch it. And if you're just having a casual conversation with someone on a live chat, just keep it lowercase, okay? Thank you guys. I'm going to jump into it, all right? And I'll be for you. Oh, sorry. So for YouTube purposes only, because I did get some of my videos taken down, this is all information I give during the live. It's simply my intuition, my understanding, and download the information from the higher power. This is just for entertainment purposes only and for education purposes only as well. If you want to find the video that the clip where I found this video from, I'll put it in the description below along with the stories. If you guys want to look a little bit more deeper into Mitch McConnell and him and his resignation potentially. All right, so for this video, it is Season 3, Episode 8, What Happened, Trump Acquitted, recorded February 13th, 2021. I actually just woke up when I did that video. But anyway, different story. Let's start the video for the clip. Mitch McConnell from Kentucky. We all know him. Kermit the Frog. We all know him, right? All right, so what I'm getting here is that he is going to convict the president, but he's had a lot of thinking. It's like he's not sure he knows the Republican Party is broken and that this is the last chance to take it out of the Trumpism. We have the death to Trump. We have the reverse chariot, and we have here the Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be a dashing below, and it's just almost like him sign of him leaving the party. So it feels like after he does this, he may end up resigning. Okay, so that was the part of that video where I said he ended up resigning. It's only a 30-second clip, but it was very significant that I got it. The last time I got it was when he was running for the Senate seat in 2020 election, and I said that Amy McGrath will replace him. And so before we do begin, I just want to test a lot of your intuition. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine what crystal I have in my hand, okay? Just feel the energy first. Just feel the energy. What crystal am I holding in my hand? I'll give you a moment. So while you're doing that, I'm going to switch it out to my actual audio so you can hear me better. All right, so if you have guessed tiger eye, you are correct. This is a tiger eye crystal that I was holding. So that's a little intuition test there for a lot of you guys. All right, so we only have a very small set of questions, so make sure you have your questions in the live chat as well. We have a wonderful moderator named Daphne. So Daphne will be making sure that everyone puts it in capital letters. All right, let's begin the reading. All right, so with Kentucky Democratic Governor Andy Beshear will be able to appoint a Democrat to replace any Senate seat. Will be able to replace either Mitch McConnell or any other Senate seat with a Democrat. So let's take a look. Will the governor of Kentucky be able to appoint Mitch McConnell or Ron Paul's Senate seat with a Democrat? All right, so we have here Amy McGrath did not win the 2020 election. She wasn't able to defeat Mitch McConnell. We have here in the works right now, he's unable. He's almost like restricted in terms of doing whatever it is that he needs to do. He is going to struggle in the future in terms of pushing a Democratic nominee to take over the Senate seat, whether Mitch McConnell or Ron Paul. Because when they resign, whoever the Senate governor is, the state governor, they will appoint the person to that particular Senate seat based on a party, except some states do have laws. We do have as well, it is going to be a little upsetting for some people, but it's not really going to be upsetting for the Democrats. So it looks like it could be a big benefit for the Democrats in terms of the Senate. And they may be able to add an extra Senate seat to the total if it was to happen. So can we get a yes or no? Can we get a yes or no, Spears and Angels? Can you give me an answer? All right. So we have unbalanced. Right now, the Senate right now is 50-50, right? Because it is, it's going to make it either balanced more in one way than other, right? And then we have this seat reverse, which it looks like a Republican Party in the Senate, right? But they lost control of the Senate, which tells me that it may no longer be 50-50, and it may be the Democrats increase the majority in the Senate with Mitch McConnell leaving. So that's actually pretty interesting to say the least. All right, so I saw Mitch McConnell winning, but then being replaced by Amy McGrath. Thought it would be because of a recall on the election results, but maybe something else would force Mitch out. Would Mitch replace him? Would McGrath replace him? Because a lot of you guys who have been with me since the beginning, a lot of you guys may have remembered that I talked about Mitch McConnell winning, but then Amy McGrath somehow takes over, whether by recall or something. Well, this could be one of the ways, because they do have a Democratic governor. So let's take a look. Does Amy McGrath take over Mitch McConnell's Senate seat? Okay, let's see. Why is everything reversed? Okay, can I get a yes or no? Okay. Everything is literally reversed. That doesn't even look right. But okay, sure. We have here as well, we have victory reversed. She wasn't victorious in the Kentucky Senate race, clearly. She didn't come as close as she wanted in terms of winning her seat. However, Ms. McConnell is going to refuse to leave if they don't be able to pass the Senate Bill 228, which I will explain as we go on in this video. We do have here as well is that there may not be someone new coming in just yet, at least a Democrat. Someone new is not coming in, at least not recently or within the next couple of months, because it's not the end for Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell has to stay on for a little bit longer because there's an investigation going on, but it has not been announced. So he has to stay on long enough so the information will come out about his seat. It will force him to make a decision in the future about what he wants to do with his party and what he wants to do in the future. We have here as well, this is him. He's not going to be very happy, but the Democrats are going to be very happy about this. Who will have no choice but to step down and either fight the backlash, but he will have some big backlashes. It's because of his ties to white supremacy and stuff like that. It does feel like he will have a lot of problems in terms of him maintaining on the Senate seat. Now, this could be talking about the Amendment 14 as well. We do have here, he will have betrayal, so 3 big things are going to come out about him in the future. And it's about his involvement in trying to almost like whether it's not is to corrupt the 2020 election or to overthrow Biden from not becoming president of the United States. And we do have here reverse, which would be my Amy McGrath card, which tells me it's reverse, which tells me that either in the future she does take the seat or that she does not because it's not her time right now. So it doesn't feel like that's what's going on and that's the energy that's going on. A lot of you guys may have known that when I do my readings, it just tells me the likely outcome. So things can change and that nothing is ever set in stone. I don't predict on the channel. I just tell you what's happening in the now. So that's just how I work. All right, so I'm going to quickly read the live chat as you guys are going through. Thank you, Daphne. This is indeed for entertainment purposes only. I'm just kind of like going through my questions first. Again, we're going to do your readings as well. So if you guys have questions, put it in capital letters for me so I can see it. And thank you all of you guys who have shown up. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. All right, I'm going to keep going and we'll jump on. There's not too many questions that I have. All right, so a bill is trying to be passed in Kentucky that ensures that only a Republican can be replaced with another Republican nominee if Mitch steps down. And so I put the link into that source in the description below. The bill is known as 228. Will it be passed in Kentucky's Senate to become law? Let's see. Is the Senate bill in Kentucky for 228, is it going to be passed in the Senate to become law? So only that Republican parties, the Republican can be replaced with another Republican in Kentucky's Senate seat. What do we need to know? Will it become law? Yes, it will become law. They feel like they have a supermajority. It's gonna become law, and it's gonna hurt the Democratic governor. He's gonna have to make a deal. He's gonna have to make a deal, and he may have to appoint a Republican, because it looks like he does not have the votes. But I'm also getting a sense here that he's gonna appoint a conservative Democrat, almost like Joe Manchin as well. And that's what this could be also be talking about as well. So it could be two different things. So it's quite interesting to say the least. We have here, if the bill 228 becomes law in Kentucky, what are the repercussions of that? So let's take a look. Spiel Settings will tell me what are the repercussions of the law for the bill 228 if it gets passed in Kentucky Senate. What's the repercussions? Okay, interesting. All right, so we have here, the first card that flew out was the president, but this would kind of be like the governor. It almost stripped the power from the governorship, right? But however, it feels like more than anything else, and what energy that I'm picking up on, is that it doesn't hurt the Democrats, it hurts the Republican governor going forward. Because a lot of the Republicans will only gain the governorship, well, the Democrats will always win the Senate seat, which ends up hurting in return the governors in Kentucky. So it does feel like it does hurt the Republicans in Kentucky. It's going to be like a big backstab to the Republican Party, a GOP. Now, these are Republicans pushing this bill. They won't have the supermajority going after this, so these are the repercussions if they were to pass this bill, is that they will end up losing the supermajority. And it will almost make it so that they don't ever pass a law or a bill like this again. We do have here the reason why they want to do this is just because of corruptness and to keep the people voices lessened. The minority rule the majority. That's not fair, but that's what they want to do. However, in the future, yes, the seat will be taken over and it will be given to someone else. So it does feel like as if it's just a matter of time. It feels like it's going to be waiting for Mitch McConnell specifically to hold it out until news breaks that there's something coming out about Mitch McConnell that's going to really damage his career, but also damage people in Kentucky as well, and they're going to be pretty pissed. So that's what it appears like. Now, the health of Mitch McConnell, so let's take a deep look at that as well. I know that we want to know if he's stepping down, and the best way to kind of take a look at that is see where his health and his state of mind relies. So let's take a look. All right. So we have here the red, we have the yellow. Okay. We have the third eye. That's the crown, I think. Yeah, we have solar sacral plaques. Sorry, guys, I didn't do this before. I completely forgot I wrote this question in. I was in the bathroom when I was doing this, so just bear with me. All right. Just trying to get all the other cards here. Oh, God. Okay. So we have this one. I think I have all the colors. I believe I do, yeah. All right, sorry about that. All right, so we have here is we're going to do the root chakra, right? We have the root. We have the sacral. We have the solar plexus. We have the throat chakra. We have here, I say what I see. We have the third eye. Oh, I forgot the heart. So the heart chakra, then the throat, right? And then we have the crown chakra. So my understanding. So let's just see where he is mentally and physically and emotionally. So let's see where Mitch McConnell is in terms of his health. All right. So spirits and angels, tell me about Mitch McConnell's health. Can you give me one card? How is his root chakra? How is his foundation? How is his foundation? How is Mitch McConnell's health? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Okay. So we have here reverse 6. Interesting. What about his solar plexus? We have this card here. All right. What about his solar plexus? What do we need to know about his health? What do we need to know about it? Okay. What about his heart chakra? What do we need to know about Mitch McConnell's health? Will he step down? What are you doing? How is his health? Take the bottom card. Okay. How is his throat chakra? Okay. How is his I see what I say? What is he seeing? Okay. What are we seeing with his third eye? What did he see? What does Mr. McConnell see in terms of his health and everything that's going around? Okay. What does Mr. McConnell understand with the crown chakra in terms of his health or whatever it is that we're looking at? Can I take the top? Take the bottom? Oh, okay. That's funny. So we have here for his root chakra, we have the red, right? His foundation. He doesn't feel like he's smart, he's educated. He feels like his time has passed. It feels like the party that represents the Republican Party is no longer intelligent, at least to his understanding, right? We have here in terms of his health, in terms of the sacral chakra, is that no, he is not feeling okay. So no, he's not feeling okay. So he is very sick. It appears so, but now keep in mind, he's just for entertainment purposes only. But it does feel like as if he's giving the energy that he's sick. Now he says, I do, and he feels like he's a savior. He feels like he's a savior. However, he doesn't see the devil. He doesn't see the devil. And he may be like a heavy drinker. I feel like whiskey or liquor potentially. And it looks like he's damaging his gut area. Wherever it is that he's talking about, it feels like that what is harming the most. We have here in terms of his health, he feels like he is the Lord and Savior. I'm not kidding. He feels like he is saving the Republican Party and that he's just an amazing being, this amazing senator. He's helping the people. And he thinks he's really making a difference. That's his mindset, okay? That's how he truly feels, and that's what he loves. However, in his throat, he's not feeling very happy or joyful. And you can really tell that, hi, everyone, my name is Mr. McConnell. That kind of thing. That you don't really get that sense, and it shows up here. It tells me here that he may be having some sort of struggling in terms of being able to say the truth, being able to do what he said, right? We have here, he doesn't see there's a crack in his own health. He doesn't see it. He doesn't see what he says. So he's saying he's fine, but he's really not. There's a crack in his health, and he's going to start to go downfall. We're talking about his third eye, what his intuition, what he sees, right? We have the third eye. We have here, he sees a landslide coming for the Democrats, right? And that it's going to hurt when travel and transportation opened up again for the Democratic Party, and that the Republicans will have no choice but be voted out, and that he does not want to be the cause or the reason for that, but he had no choice but to see that. So he knows that the Democrats are going to slide right into victory for re-election, and we have here, this is my diverse electorate in terms of the election time. So it does feel like as if he sees that, and he knows that the Democrats are going to do very well when it comes to the 2024 election. And his understanding in terms of his health, well, I think you can all figure that out, right? It's not good. So I do hope you guys like this part of the reading where I look more in depth of his health. I think I also have another one as well. So yeah, okay. So what is Mr. McConnell going to step down for? What is his likely future? So let's take a look at that as well. I'm going to leave that to the side here. All right. So is Mr. McConnell going to step down, be forced out? What is his likely future? Okay, so his likely future right now is predictable. It's predictable. It's like he's going to win re-election, right? But this isn't the president, this is now, right? Biden won election in 2020. And in the future, it's not going to be the same old. This isn't the future, right? This is the former president. And this is reversed. So it's talking about Trump here, and it's telling me that the future is now with Trump. And we have, again, it's going to be a white supremacist takes over his seat. And it feels like he has no choice. And he's gonna have to do whatever Trump says, or he's gonna be outed, and information is gonna be revealed. So it does feel like that's the future of the Republican Party and the future of Mitch McConnell. Let's take a look at Ron Paul, guys. This is my last question. So if you have any question that you'd like me to cover, please put it in capital letters. I'll do that for the next 10 minutes as well. Just kind of look at the questions as well. So if I have any moderators online right now, make sure you organize everybody and make sure everyone put the questions in, because it kind of deletes on this live stream, so I won't be able to see anyone's question from before or when it first opened. So if you could do that for me, I really appreciate it. All right, so Ron Paul, the other senator from Kentucky. What is his likely future? What is his likely future? Will he step down? Will he be forced out? What is Ron Paul? What is his future like? Kentucky Senator Ron Paul. Okay, so we have here, he had an opportunity to say no to the Trump GOP, that wing of the party. The time had kind of passed. The time had passed for him to be someone who's very supportive of liberal policy, but also conservative policies. We have here his career. It's going to keep going. There's no stopping his career. And we have here, it looks like he's just going to win re-election. So if he's running for re-election in like 2024 or something like that, it feels like he will be easily re-elected in the state of Kentucky. So I do feel like those senators don't really have much to worry about, but maybe Mr. McConnell, that's it, is really what I'm seeing for that particular question as well. All right, so I'm going to go on to the live stream now. Let me just see. I have my phone here with the live chat. I'm going to look so I can kind of access everything. All right. All right, so hello, Kathy. Questions for Chris in capital letters. Thank you. Thank you, Daphne. All right, so I lost all the other questions from earlier because it doesn't show up on this stream, so I won't be able to show it. So we put your questions in. I kind of want it a little organized, I guess. We'll see how that goes. All right. So let me just see. I feel like I'm going to miss a lot of people, so do not think I'm ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you, okay? I love you guys, and if I don't answer your questions, put it in the comments of this video, and I will answer it privately or in the next video as well. So don't worry. Yeah, I know. Mean old men seem to live forever. Yep, I agree with that. All right, so first question that I see. When will Trump taxes come out? Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Spirits and Angels, Tommy, when will Trump taxes come out? Can you kind of get like a year or something? You know, I'm going to get like a 2. Let me put a 2 so we can get 2, 20. So let me get a 0. Okay. All right. When will Trump taxes come out? Can we have a number? We have 20, which was the century. When will Trump taxes come out? Can you give me like a year? Okay. 9. Oh, it's not going to be that. Okay. So we're not going to get it like around 2093. I do feel like it could be 9 to 3 months. So it could be 3 to 9 months. Could be 93 weeks, 93 days. It does feel like that's around the time that we get more information on his tax return. Within that time frame, either 3 to 9 months, 93 days, or 63 days even at that as well, or 63 weeks as well. So it is a pretty significant thing to say the least. So let's just see what happens. Trump is not in charge of anything. Yes, he's not. But because he had a lot of influence in the Republican Party, that kind of does. All right, so we have here, what is the future of green energy and Texas? So let's take a look at that. Okay. What is the future of green energy in Texas? What do we need to know? Can you spirits and angels tell me? What is the future of green energy in Texas? Okay, so it looks here because Biden won the president and he's President-elect Joe Biden, actually, excuse me. And we have here, this is in the past. In the future, right now, we're currently watching the failure of this type of system in Texas in terms of the electric system and stuff like that. And that Texas cannot be the Lone Star state, right? And so we do have here in the future, I do see a lot of the corporations will end up having to leave, or a lot of these policies that don't benefit the constituents and the citizens of Texas will end up have no choice but to leave. A lot of those Trump Republicans, it will actually force the state in an upcoming election, whenever Texas has the next election, whether next year or this year, it will become a very tight-knit race. And this will determine the state of the way Texas goes, whether it goes to the Democrats or the Republicans. And we do have here as well is that some people who are heavily supported, no matter everything that's happening, they're still going to be Republicans. They're still going to support this type of idiocy and saying that, oh, well, you see, this is proof that climate change doesn't exist. Well, no. I mean, climate change happened in a state where it is predominantly hot, so it doesn't make sense, right? And we have here again, it's not going to be too much of a struggle to push the message that we need to get the climate under control. So it does feel like the future of green energy is really determined on the people that you elect in Texas. And it does feel like it's going to start leaning a little bit more blue and below it and below it. Okay, so we have our next question is, March 4th, will it be a good day or a safe day? So I'm going to answer that on a separate live stream. Preferably next week. I'm going to do that. My parents still somehow think that Trump will be inaugurated sometime this year. I mean, I don't know what to say to that. But so I will be doing a separate video. I feel like I need to dedicate a lot of energy and time to that particular question. And so I won't be answering this question for today. So I do apologize. But definitely stay tuned for that video for March 4th. So will Georgia indict Trump? He's already indicted. I feel like that's what that means. Don't hold me to it, but I do feel like he's already indicted. I feel like they just have to convict him. Sorry about that. So will Georgia Attorney General indict Trump, or will they convict Trump? Will they find any charges or lay charges against former President Trump? Yes, my parents think that. Yes, that's correct, Julie. They had an argument with me a couple days ago. I got punished for going against them. But we do have here as well as we have the Pager Wands reverse, which told me that there's a kind of feels like they don't have a lot of information in the past, but this new evidence is coming out. It's not going to be quite victorious just yet. It feels like they need a lot more evidence to convict the former president on the charges, because the problem is they need to find where his intent or mind was at this point in time. And we do have here as well as we have the Queen of Wands, which tells me it's not a female leading the charge, which tells me that they're not going to be as motivated to get things done. Women in general are very strong, very intuitive, very intelligent, and that they are more likely to get things done than men do. That's just how it goes, right? And if they have a woman investigator, you can guarantee she's going to find a lot of crap on this man. And it's going to be tied to Georgia. So I do feel like if they have a women investigator or whatever type of women leading some particular charge in terms of investigations in Georgia, there's two different types of investigations. You can guarantee that there will be an eviction or something like that along those lines as well. So let's see what the next question is. Will Oak Flats be returned to the Appalachian? Because someone has Fox, I don't know what that is. Can you tell me what that is? I have no idea what that is. All right, so when will they start arresting people in Trump and his people? Let's see. When will they start to arrest people in Trump circle? When will they start arresting people within Trump's circle? What do we need to know? Okay, so we have here, it has to do a lot with the election. So they have to go over the last 4 years and their involvement with the last 4 years. So it's going to be a lot, and that it really depended. They really needed Trump to win re-election in order to get away with it. However, he lost. We have here the significator is that this is about betrayal. So there will be a lot of people within Trump's circle that's going to betray a lot of each other, to the point where like a lot of information is just going to have to come out of other people who are just going to betray each other. And we do have here a lot of investigation deaths. I do see that a lot of them will be caught, a lot of them will be arrested. We have here it's not any time in the future, because it's actually undergoing. It feels like it's undergoing right now, and it's not coming to a halt. So it looks like they're undergoing and maybe investigating people, finding out intel, be like, all right, so we'll give you immunity if you give us information on this, this, and this. And so it feels like that's what's going on with that type of investigation. It might just be letting people off the hook. Thank you, Daphne. Hi, Greta. Okay, so I am trying to find all the questions. Paula Foss, how is the outlook of future advancement of technology for space travel? Thank you, Daphne. I really appreciate it. So I'll be taking questions from Daphne. Okay. So everyone give your questions to Daphne, and then I'll just do it from Daphne. I wasn't sure because I don't have a lot of moderators, so thank you. So Spirit will tell me about this. How is the outlook of future investment of technology for space travel? Okay. Interesting. All right. Let me see. I have my spiritual deck. Where is that? Oh, this is the deck. So we have the star seed that we're going to use because it's kind of like almost like spiritual or something like that. So let's just see. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. All right. So spirits and angels tell me, what is the outlook of future advancement of technology for space travel? What do we need to know about that? Can I take any cards? Take the top and bottom? Why are you always telling me that? Okay. All right. So we have here, it's actually quite interesting. We're undergoing a transformation, a change in the way we as a society, as a group of people, see things, right? So we have here, a lot of us are starting to see technological changes, the way that we think, the way the old and the new is starting to change, right? The patriarchy system, this change in government, all right? We're going through different waves. We're starting to go through another big achievement. You can kind of see it in the path with the big waves in the back, right? A brand new achievement. We have here will be far from successful with a lot of these investments, but it'll be nonetheless significant because it will be in the history book. So if you guys are tired of historical events, oh honey, we got more coming. And we do have here as well, we have temperance, balance. It's coming bringing balance. So it's going to actually, a lot of this is going to bring a lot of balance and stability to a lot of our lives. And a lot of people, no, Daphne, I did not answer Fox's question. I don't know what Fox meant by that. We have here temperance. This is all about understanding, awareness, the spiritual undergoing. It feels like we're going to be able to deeply connect with those within the outer forces outside the United States and outside the universe itself. So it does feel like we will be able to tap into those energies and be able to communicate psychically with these people. We do have here the 5 of crystals, right? It's coming from space and it's coming towards us, right? You kind of see the different moon shape moving closer. Okay, let me just do this. Yeah, that way, right? And it's coming closer to us, but it's nonetheless, it's saying that it's not here just yet. But when we undergo this, we're going to undergo this spiritual awakening, this understanding of who we are, and that we're nothing more than just, we're bigger than who we really think we are. And that you're able, when the information gets released, you're going to be able to connect with these people from a higher level. So it does feel like as if that's exactly what's happening. So it feels like that. It's quite interesting to say the least. I do hope you guys like this little part of that question I answered. So if you're into space travel, I'll be doing a little bit more deeper context for you guys as well. All right. So we have another question from Daphne or Barbara. Barb P. DeSantis governor, Governor of Florida, will he be in trouble for his handling of COVID? Let's see. Because you can't just get him in trouble and, you know, Trump gets away with it. You're going to have to be able to get everyone in trouble as well. Daphne, let me know if I missed anyone's question. I feel like I did miss a lot of people's questions. All right, so we have here as well. Okay, so Governor DeSantis of Florida, will he be in trouble for his handling of COVID-19? Will Governor DeSantis be in trouble for his handling of COVID-19? Personally, I heard it now. He won't be in trouble. We have here in the past, like he kind of like his governorship is kind of allowed for the kind of thing. There's not much that they can do except censor him or remove him from office. There has to be a recall. That's the only thing I really can't see that can happen. We have here, this is talking about the future investigations potentially in his handling of this. However, in the immediate future, it won't be like a big win. Probably because he's no longer in office. Again, we have here another Democrat will take over the governorship. It feels like he won't be in office for too long. It feels like he's out and it'll be like, what's the point? It's okay, Katrina. We have here as well, we have the King of Wands. This is him, the conservative. He's fairly unbalanced, like more than anything else. If he was to be charged, he'll just claim that he had a mental a mental problem, I guess that's how you call it, like insane, like he's insane or he has dementia or something like that. And so he will lose his next election. He will not win his re-election bid. That's probably why like Laura Trump and Ivanka Trump are trying to run for the Senate, I believe, and the governorship in one of those states. So we'll just see how that goes. I'll be doing a reading on that particularly as well. Okay, so Kathy McCowsey, my boss, keeps saying our gas prices are going up due to Biden shutting down the pipeline. Okay, so let me just a little quickly explain here. First of all, Biden is not causing the gas prices to go up, so it's not happening. It's not true. The reason for that is that at the beginning of the year in 2020, no one was buying gas. And because we have a high demand now for low supply, the prices are going higher in some states while they're dropping lower in other states. And so the reason for this is actually, if you guys look at the 2017 tax return, tax cuts from Donald Trump, in there it states that taxes will rise in 2021 because Trump knew he was going to lose the election. That's why he said if Biden wins, taxes are going to go up. Well, in that same form, it said that all taxes rise. So if anything, it's actually coming out of your Trump tax cut plan than Biden. Biden cannot raise the prices, particularly when he becomes president. So that's not how that works. So no, it's not coming from Biden. It's actually coming from Trump tax plan. You can look that up yourself. You can find information correlates along those lines as well. But actually, in overall, they did the math, and it's actually going down over the years since the Great Recession in 2008. Okay, so Cy Vance or Lakeisha James started dropping indictments. Check if you answered this, Chris. I did not answer this, so let's take a look at that as well. Let's just see. I'm gonna put these cards in. I'm gonna use these cards. So let's just see. Let's just see what's happening with Lakeisha James. Woo! And Gina Haspel. Let's see. Okay, so Cy Vance or Lakeisha James started dropping indictments on former President Trump. What do we need to know about these indictments? What do we need to know? Okay. Okay, so we have here, quite interesting to say the least, we have information going to come out slowly. It's not going to come out, and it's because of transportation issue. So that's a challenge here, and it's not going to be a big win for the investigation, right? But however, this is also hurting a lot of people in terms of government trying to send out money secretly because of the coronavirus and the situation. They're not able to catch them right on the spot because they're not doing anything, at least out in the open or publicly. We have here, it's going to take a while before any sort of information does come out to the public. We have a lot of time here. It's not ticking time bomb. It feels like they have a lot of time for investigation. We have here, this does not only involve America. It feels like this is outside countries around the world. This is like my July 4th card was telling me that other countries are involved as well. We do have here the Republicans are grateful or thankful for the former president and that he helped them win re-election. So a lot of the loyalty lie with the Republican Party, or at least with the former president, not with the party itself. We have here, you will start to see in the future that there will be an increase understanding and knowing that the party as a whole, as a GOP party, will start to crack. And the support for that will start to go up higher and higher. We have here as well that they're going to start finding a lot of information on power, reality, and stuff like that. So these people in positions of power, information is going to start to come out, but it's not going to come out as quickly as we all had hoped, right? We have the lightning reverse, so it's going to take some time. And it's about the former president, so they have to look over the 4 years. We do have here as well, we have Trump Pence, then we have Lakeisha James, Gina Haspel, and Cy Vance, and then I think there might be other investigations as well from the Biden Kamala Harris Attorney General portion of that as well. We do have here, you need to believe and trust that the sun and the roofs will start to shine and your information will be revealed. And we do have here as well, but it's not going to be on the horizon. So maybe it may not come out this year, but he will end up having indictment dropped. it kind of feels like it's going to take a few years, though. So just keep your hopes up. Okay, so when will they start arresting people in Trump and his people? Oh, I already answered that question. All right. Chris, can you please read and see if Biden will give Social Security and SSI a pay raise of $200 extra? I can see. Okay. Personally, we don't have any money in Social Security, just so you guys know, but let's see. Let me see if I can get like a yes or something like that. All right, so Spirits and Angels, tell me, will Biden give people a pay raise for Social Security, preferably like $200? Okay, so what we have here as well, we have the Page of Pentacles. You know, people want money, they need it. They need people to be able to help them. And it feels like the challenge is the future. The future is the challenge. Is whether or not the Democrats are able to make a deal. It feels like they need to be able to get Joe Manchin on their side. If they get Joe Manchin and those conservative Democrats from conservative swing states, it will look like it will pass. It will pass, but it's kind of unsure. So if you're looking for this sort of financial advice, just take this. This is only entertainment purposes only. So spend within your means. Do not try to go out of it, okay? Okay, so will DeJoy ever get fired or resign? Yeah, Daphne's very good, so thank you, Daphne. Okay, so will DeJoy ever get fired or resign? Well, apparently I heard that he can't be removed from Biden, but Biden can't remove him for some reason. Will DeJoy ever step down or be removed or resign? Final outcome. No, he won't be removed, at least for the foreseeable future. Things can change from this point. We do have here, woman used to be Postmaster General of Post Office. We do have here as well, though, that he is stealing money from the post office. So I do see him stealing money, not just for entertainment purposes only. We do have this is not one of Biden's main concerns right now, because it had nothing to do with the election. It will become more of a concern going into the midterm. But as of right now, it's not. And we have here his political career in terms of like being Postmaster General is not over. So he still had a goal and a destiny, a purpose in the Postmaster General seat that he needs to fulfill before he does get removed. We do have here, again, we have his career still needs to go forward. He still has a purpose. He's supposed to do something else. We have here the strife here, there's an issue that's going to come out in the future. But right now, again, his karmic destiny is within his time to kind of get into this position. He's meant to be in this position at this point in time. We do have here there won't be a loss, and it will come in the future with the next election. So that's when information will start to be revealed about DeJoy and his dealing with probably 2020 or 2022 midterm election with his involvement in the mail-in votes. So just keep that in mind as well. You know, things can change, but it does feel like that's the direction it's going in. All right, so YouTube is not sending all notifications. Yes, YouTube does not send all notifications. It talked about, I put this in the description below so you guys can find it. I talked to a YouTuber creator support, and he told me that a lot of you guys have my notifications on, but you don't allow it through your app to notify you through your phone. So I put the link in below. So if you have an iPhone, Android, or whatever type of device, you can access the link below. I tell you how to go access and turn on the notification from your phone so you do get notified. So don't worry about that. And we do have as well my Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook group. You can also join as well. So you are notified. Just do whatever you can. Okay. Let's see. What's another question that I must? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. And I'm like trying to find questions. Questions on capital letters. Yeah, I can't find it. Can't see. I feel like I'm missing questions now. I'm gonna edit this piece out later. Okay, so I probably think this is the next question. All right, so we have Giovanni Thomas be ever investigated due to her involvement in funding buses of January 6th. Will Giuliani Thomas ever be investigated for the funding of buses for January 6th riot? No. No. The investigation is kind of over. This is like an impeachment trial. No, it's over. The impeachment is over. We have here, it's really up to the courts and whether or not they want to investigate this going forward. We do have here, it has no ties or direct ties to the former president. So I don't see anything in terms of indictment or some sort of investigation. And that's not, it could definitely change in the future. They do have an opportunity, but it feels as of right now, it's a no. It's not within one of the top concerns, which I think it should be, but it's not. Okay, I'm trying to find all the questions. Okay. All right, so Trina Young, will Cruz and Hawley be removed? You're welcome, guys. I love you. Will Cruz and Hawley be removed from the Senate or like from as senators? I did say that in the future that they were going to be removed, both Hawley and Cruz. Will Senator Ted Cruz be removed from office via 14th Amendment? Yeah, he will be removed via 14th Amendment. I feel like Ted Cruz will have no choice. Maybe there's involvement. They find a tie and correlation of intent with his involvement in the impeachment trial and stuff like that. I do feel like there may be something along those lines with the 14th Amendment. I also get in a sense here as well is that he might be challenged. If he does not, he'll get challenged by MJ Mahegar in Texas as well for his seat. His political career is not over just yet. It still needs to go. He still has a purpose. It's to hurt more Texans. And I hate to say, but I feel like his purpose is to hurt a lot of Texan people. Because it's to kind of get them and undergoing a spiritual awakening. So that's the purpose of Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz's purpose is to undergo and force people into this awareness of understanding to kind of see, okay, so is voting Republican my best idea? Does that suit with my values? That's what Ted Cruz is supposed to do, make people rethink their values. And it will end up hanging him. So I just feel like Ted Cruz will have no choice but to end up saying, but he will end up probably having to be removed. But that kind of looks like more like an unlikely outcome. All right, so let's look at Senator Josh Hawley. Will Senator Josh Hawley be removed? Okay. It looks like, if anything, he will automatically be removed from the 14th Amendment. We have here, there's enough votes for it. It only needs a simple majority, only needs 51 votes, and it looks like his career ends. And he can't do anything else. So if anything, it looks like Senator Josh Hawley will be removed because they find a correlation to his involvement, whether making deals with the former president for some sort of impeachment. But it does look like he will be removed. So it looks like Josh Hawley will be removed, definitely. Now that could all change. Okay. So next question is, Giuliani and 45 have a split. Why is that? Guys, make sure you put in capital letters. That would be a lot easier for both me and Daphne. Okay. All right, so why Giuliani and 45 have a split? Why is that? It's probably because of his hair dye coming down his face, but let's just take a look. Why did Giuliani and 45 have a split? Why is that? All right, so we have here the strength of the relationship has now ended. So they won't ever have the reconnection. It feels like the strength of the relationship has ended. And that information is being revealed. So maybe one of them has been talking to investigators and spilling information. So that could be really Giuliani and stuff like that. We do have him, to some degree, spilling out information, whether he's dealing with abroad. I feel like mafia, I'm getting the type, like meatballs. So I do get a sense of that, like maybe Rudy Giuliani is, and Trump found out information where he was trying to get immunity by revealing information to these investigators. Okay, will it ever come out that Russia almost took over the country? That's the problematic part. I got like a yes and a no. Okay, I got chilled on this. It's not good. All right, so we have here in the past was a matter of time, but it wasn't time for Russia to take over the United States just yet. We do have here that it was needed for inauguration. This is my inauguration card. There needed to be a change of government, a change of pace, the way we do things. The corrupt government under Trump is going to be revealed, and I got that it's going to be written in the textbook. So this looks like it's going to be known. Maybe in the future, it does feel like it's going to be in the textbook. For some reason, it's in the textbook. And we have here, it's going to be sometime after Biden passes away, when information gets put out to the public. So it does feel like sometime after Biden passes, God bless, we do have information like this does come out. It feels like because the country is so partisan as of right now, it feels like it's not a good time for information to be released upon that. But just so you guys all know that when you pass over into your next life or transition, you will start to find this information ahead of time, so you will know the truth. I'm also willing to be moderator for Chris if needed. Daphne, thank you. Daphne, do you want Greta to be moderator? No pressure on you. Okay, so, oops. Thank you, Doris. Greta is a great moderator, and she wants to help you. Please consider her. I just found it. Okay. Let me just put you. Oh, all right. Shit. Woo! Sorry, guys. Let me just go on here. Let me just make you a moderator. How do I put you? All right. So, Greta, leave the live chat and come back, and then you'll be moderator. Okay, sorry guys. I'm gonna edit this pieces out where I'm trying to find the question. I just got lost. Okay. When will cold pumpkin patch kids stop following Pumpkinhead? That's funny. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Heaven. Okay, when will cold pumpkin patch kids stop following Trump Pumpkinhead? Spirits and Angel, tell me, why is Trump supporters still following Trump like they're the Lord and Savior? Jesus. Okay, we have here is that they feel like Trump has done a lot during his term. I feel it echoing from my parents. They're saying that Trump has done a lot. A lot of these Trump supporters are saying the same exact thing, that this is what's going on. They truly believe that Trump has been helping them and that he is not corrupted in any degree. We have here, it's not as strong as we all think. There is a weak spot for a lot of these Trump supporters. There is a weak spot. And it does feel like as time goes on for Biden to be president, a lot of them will start to become radicalized and start to become normal beings again, normal people. However, they're not going to betray the former president. They will still support him, even though they still like Biden. We do have here, they're not going to fight him. We have here, there's too strong of support for former president. And we have here, it's all about, it's a stalemate, a stagnant. It's going to keep going. So his support will keep going until the generation dies out. Particularly the Trump generation dies out. That's what I'm referring to. But it feels like as long as people still living, they're still going to be supportive of the former president. It feels like it's not going to be as big, but it's still like the support's going to be there. And I want to quickly say that when I was doing this, it was kind of funny because when I was reading, I got like an intuitive hit that a lot of these people, a lot of them, because they are low vibrating, because they're low vibrational beings in general, the actual spiritual, like demonic beings that Trump has been putting out have run into these people's bodies, so they're unable to think properly. And so because of that, they're unable to produce the necessary mindset to be able to make their own decision. It feels like they're just there. Like a lot of those people who went to the Capitol, to ask them, they felt like they were there for some reason, but they can't figure out particularly why. besides Trump, like why they actually attended. Like if you look at their memory in the next couple of years, they're not going to remember why they went. And it's particularly because they were actually not physically there in the mental mind because someone else took over their bodies. So quite interesting to say the least. It looked like there's an imposter, and I did talk about this during January 6th when it was actually happening. So that's kind of interesting to say the least. All right, so let me just go back to another question. Okay, will it affect the situation that happened in Texas, affect Governor Abbott, affect him to be reelected? Okay. All right, let me just state this a little simpler. All right, so spirits and angels, because of the polar vortex or the Arctic blast that happened in Texas in 2021, will that have an effect on Governor Abbott's re-election campaign in 2022? Can we get like an likely outcome? Will Governor Abbott win his re-election? Will Governor Abbott win his re-election campaign? What is the final card? It's going to be someone new, maybe like Beto O'Rourke potentially. Because we do have here, we have the Empress coming in, right? This is MJ Hager. I don't know, for some reason, MJ Hager might be a big political figure in Texas. Hi, Rondell. I hope you're doing very well in Australia. I love you. We have here as well as we have the Queen of Swords reversed. So it tells me the Democratic Party is not ready, at least not in Texas just yet. They're not ready for the governorship. However, because one more year, you give it one more year, he's gonna lose his re-election. And I feel like Governor Abbott, it's all gonna be particularly because of him. He's not gonna lose right now if the election was today. He won't lose. There needs to be an internal fight. There needs to be a fight within the Republican Party, a divide that loses him to victory. So it almost feels like he needs to kind of betray the former president so he gets primaried. And when he gets primaried, the incumbency effect won't be there. And because of that, it will lead to Democratic victory. So keep an eye on whether or not he gets primaries in a Republican primary. So take a look at that as well. So I just feel like that might be something you might want to look at in the future. Your orange zombies. Yes, that's correct. Orange zombies. All right. Let me look at the next question. Did Trump leak info to Russia? Is he the reason they hacked our system? Okay, I talked about this previously. I don't remember what I said. I think I said yes, but let's take a look. All right. Spirits and Angels Tommy, did a former president of the United States leak any information to Russia government official? Okay. Okay. All right. I think I know exactly what's happening. So we have here in the past, we have Biden. Biden's president, right? He's coming in, he's president, right? On top of here, the first card to come down for that is yes, basically, yes. He leaked information. This is him on top. So he is the situation. We have Biden as president now. When he went out of office, that's when information was released. So no, if it has to do with the hacking, no. It feels like he was helping them, but not in the way that you were thinking. It feels like as if he was giving them more information after he left office. And I don't know, for some reason they got like a pull to his palm. So maybe he might be releasing information to his palm or something like that. If you guys do know, it does feel like it looks like a 4 reverse. If you guys know what that means, let me know. But it does feel like there's something with Trump here that he did. He did not pass any information via like documents. It feels like he did it via online or text. So there is going to be some sort of digital evidence of this. So it does feel like that's what's going to end up happening. I mean, Trump is pretty stupid, and we're lucky for his stupidity that they're able to find this type of information out. So just keep in mind of that as well. Thank you, Vondell. Okay, so next question, let's see. Yes, thank you, Daphne, for entertainment purposes only. All right, thank you, Greta. All right, so will Joe Manchin flip to a Republican? Chances are, you don't really want Joe Manchin, but they need Joe Manchin kind of thing. Will Joe Manchin's Senate seat end up flipping to the Republican Party in this 2022 midterm? Let me know. What do we need to know, Spirits and Angel? No. Because we have here a lot of his policies of Republican. A lot of people in the state of West Virginia are a lot more registered Democrats, but yet they vote Republican down ballot. At least in some cases. We do have here as well, though, that if they like his conservative policies, so they're not willing to kick him out. So he's talking about the incumbency effect of Joe Manchin. Now, this is my election night. Right, and so now, looking at election night, the Republicans will not be victorious. They will not be able to oust Joe Manchin. So it feels like Joe Manchin will retain his Senate seat. So now, whole saying. Okay. La 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 la. I'm trying to find it. I can't find any more questions. Okay, so will we be out of the health crisis by the end of the summer? Okay, so there's some issues that I wanted to talk about with you guys about this particular question. So there has been information that's been revealed by the CDC, or WHO, which is the World Health Organization. I'm not exactly sure what one particularly, but I found information that they are expecting that things won't go back to normal until after all the world has finished their pandemic, which means that we may have masks for the next 4 years. And they're saying they're predicting on base that the only way that the world will go back to normal, quote unquote, will be until after 2024, meaning you will still have to wear masks, you will still have to social distance and stuff like that. So it does feel like that's what's happening, but let's take a look. You mean a lot of you guys have been with me since the beginning. You all know that I've been saying for the longest time that I saw the COVID-19 pandemic start to slow down. We will get a vaccine in April, and we will start to see coronavirus, people taking large numerous amounts of that vaccine in April, around the fall time or late summer, early fall, where those COVID-19 cases start to drop dramatically. And a lot of you guys do know that. And I did say it, and apparently Fauci and all of them are starting to say it now as well. They mentioned April, and they mentioned late summer, early fall. So it looks like that is starting to hold out specifically like that. So let's see. Will we be out of the health crisis by the end of the summer? Okay. We have a challenge here. So these are all challenging. So we're like this. All right, so the first challenge we have here is that we're going to have to try to get out of this, right? This is the first challenge. The next one is the hanged man. We don't know exactly what is happening or what's going to happen, but a lot of us need to undergo the spiritual awakening. And as long as white supremacy is so as prevalent as it was in 2020 and the duration of America's founding, we will not get out of this pandemic. We need to get out of this pandemic, and part of it is getting rid of the mindset of that. We do have here, it's not the end of the world, so do not worry. It's not, the time has not come just yet, but it will become the end of that virus, particularly having control over parts of the world. Right now, you kind of need to defeat it, and it really hangs on the American people. But there will be a change. There will be a death coming. Now, that could be literally, or it could be figuratively. It looks like a queen, so it could be like Queen Elizabeth. Could be someone within a high position of power, particularly a woman or a male, who's end up passing away around this time period, and that's a new signal, a new era, a signal of the new era. And we'll end up having new cases because people are seeing, for some reason, particular cases like UK, for example, a lot of people come out to go see this funeral, and because of it, it spread the virus even more. And a brand new variant is formed. So it feels like, if anything, it feels like this is a brand new ideology that I just got, something new that just came about that I wasn't aware of yet. It looks like it tells me the story. The way I read Tower, it tells me the story of the surrounding areas. It doesn't necessarily give me the direct answer. It tells me that there is going to be another new variant in the UK around the time during the death of the Queen, or particularly any particular leader who's very popular within among a country. It does not have to be particularly the Queen of England. So it does feel like there is going to be some sort of thing coming out, something big. So just keep a look for that as well. Excuse me. All right. All right, questions. Anything on Capitol bombers? Let's take a look. So I'm so happy a lot of you guys that came today. This is not the turnout that I expected. So thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. I kind of expected around 20 people. Any Capitol bombers? What do we need to know about anyone who came to the riot on January 6th? Like the outcome, Stuart? What do we need to know? Okay. We have here the moon. A lot of them are hiding. A lot of them are in hiding, right? They're hiding from Joe Biden. Or Biden is hiding, like that kind of thing. It's a funny joke. Don't take it literally. But it does feel like a lot of them are indeed hiding from Biden. And we have here as well as we have here, a lot of them have not been caught or arrested. So they're not, a lot of them are not going to face the indictment that they should be facing. And we do have here, again, I talked about this a lot. It's all about white supremacy, the rise of white supremacy. A lot of these people are low vibrating humans, right? We have here the not very kind people. They think America is the best, the greatest country. And it does feel like, as if anything, they are very angry with Biden. They're very angry with Biden. They're worried about Biden. And it's reversed too, right? And so, because of a lot, their reign of what they're thinking, everything that they want to do is not coming to an end. So it's still here, still to stay. It feels like as if they still have some sort of plan that we're not aware of just yet. I feel like potentially March 4th. A lot of you guys, if you have been watching and you've been on my live, I did talk about March 4th, and I did see something. I don't know what video it is, so definitely check out my past couple of videos, particularly the ones that were live streamed, and I did talk about March 4th in there and see whether or not something happened. It does feel like, again, I feel like there's another plan here that's under planning. So I feel like there is stuff that's about to happen that we're not aware of just yet. All right. Let's see. Do we have any more questions? I love you guys. Do the best. Let me just give you a little bit of love. Just don't forget to like the video. Okay. Did I miss anything? Okay, so will Trump be buying Russ Limbaugh station for a new media platform? I have no idea what that is, but we can certainly see that. It kind of seems like a car company. So Spears and Angel Tommy, will Trump be buying Russ Limbaugh station for his new media platform? So a lot of you guys have known I've read this many times. I think it ends up failing because he's not good. We have here in the future, he's not going to get the hope or the recognition, the publicity, the endorsement that he wants. He's going to end up losing power. He's losing control because by the time he does this, he is no longer the former president. He is the former president, a president who lost, had 2 impeachment trials, among many other things. The person who incited a riot, the person who ended off with a pandemic, a raging pandemic, and that he was unable to get it under control. And so he's not going to be able to do this. I feel that, again, it looks like then they may sell to him. But, again, look at this. It's like desert. There's not going to be much opportunity for him. So, no, I don't really see it going to be a good investment opportunity for him. He can, but then again, Trump is, like you said, the best businessman in the world. You know how that went with the United States. So I would not be surprised if he does take up on this opportunity for him, thinking it's a wonderful, great thing. Love you. All right. I'm reading the live chat, but I also love you if you're watching this on replay. All right. I have a feeling I've lost so many questions, so I'm just going to start going to the early ones. Bye, Jazzy. Thank you for coming. All right. Okay. So you guys need to put in capital for moderators, particularly Daphne and Greta. Can you please repeat the question? I can't find them. I'm having trouble now. All right. So where is Bill Barr? He's hiding from Biden. He's hiding from Biden. So we have here, he escaped. Excuse me. After election, what he did. Like, I remember when I said that he was going to leave early, and when he leaves, you know, something big's happening. Right? He left after the former president lost all his cases, and he did his bidding with the Capitol riot. Right now, he's hiding. He's hiding from Biden. Oops. Yep, he's hiding from Biden. He's hiding. We don't know where he is. He's hiding within the government. He might be under like a governmental house. He might be in an institution. It does feel like he could potentially be hiding within another country and being protected by other governments as well. But he is certainly hiding from Biden. Run, Forrest, run! Yes, yes, yes. Yes, send me the information via email, Fox, or you can comment at the end of the video, and you can comment the link, and then I'll look at it. Actually, don't do that because otherwise YouTube's going to block you. So just send it to me through my email. All right, I want to end up missing some questions. Yes, thank you, Daphne. For entertainment purposes only. Happy birthday, girl. Happy birthday. Oh, boy. Whatever you prefer. Or day. Happy birthday. Okay, so when will the Supreme Court release Trump taxes to New York? I don't know, but let's take a look. I don't know how that system works. Will the Supreme Court release Trump taxes to New York? Oh, that's 111, so maybe look that up, whatever that word is. I just see 111. We have here the Page of Wands reversed. We have the Ace of Cups reversed and the Queen of Pentacles. It feels like it's not going to be as conservative. It feels like Amy Coney Barrett is going to be the deciding factor in this decision. She looks like she might go with the Democrats on this. We have here the Page of Wands. We do have here as well that they're looking at information. I'm not sure if this was reversed, but they're looking at information. We have the Ace of Cups reversed. We're telling me they don't have sufficient evidence just yet to have this information be released. And more than anything else, they just kind of need someone else to just accidentally release the information. We have here as well as we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is kind of like the Amy Coney Barrett. She ended up losing her seat. What I did say, she's going to end up losing her seat. It will end up, she will have no choice but to give it up, and she'll end up leaving in the future. Again, we have here, it's by choice or by force. And I said this before, and it looks like it's happening again. Okay, hold on. I'll do rundown, and this is the last question. Moderators, please collect all the questions that I did not answer for me, and then put them to the bottom of the thing so I can see it. Thank you. Any questions that I did not answer, just let me know, and I'll finish answering them, but I will not take any more questions after any new questions. So for Princess Dingaling, will Merrick Garland be confirmed for Biden's AG, Attorney General? Will Merrick Garland be confirmed? We have here, again, we want to extend in. We have 51. We have here, right now, they're still in the process. They have to break it down between 3 nominees, probably. We have here, the guy is not going to leave without a fighting chance. And we do have he gets passed in the Senate. And he's given the seat. So, yeah, it looks like he will end up being confirmed for AG. Yeah, Colt likes to give him money, and he likes to steal from them. Yeah, I know. It's funny, right? Okay. So, will Lindsey Moscow win last election be investigated? So, would Lindsey Graham last election be investigated for any particular fraud? What do we need to know? No, they're not going to do anything. Could we have here the Hermit? It's predictable. He had a higher chance of winning, even though they knew that he wasn't supposed to win. The people still voted for him particularly. We have here he was not supposed to win. However, the Democrats didn't. Those people who voted for, maybe Joe Biden may have been crossover support and voted for a Republican down ballot, but voted for Joe Biden on the top of the ticket. So it does feel like, again, it feels like they're not going to do anything. They feel like they don't have sufficient evidence. But if this is anything, I feel like outside other states may investigate. We do have here information is hidden. but there may not be anything, but in a matter of time, within climate destiny, they may or may not find anything on Lindsey Graham, but it really depends on what happens in the future. Okay, will he ever get in trouble for all that he did for Trump? Who? I'm assuming Lindsey, so I'm going to assume this is for Lindsey Graham. Will Lindsey Graham get in trouble for all that he did for Trump? We have Biden coming in, right? We have here, again, there's going to be a lot of information. His involvement with the corrupt presidency, with the impeachment trial, and that he's going to have to be refused or forced out. It's just a matter of time. It's within predictability that an investigation will open up, and he will have pretty much a choice to stay or go, but again, the Democrats aren't going to do anything about it. At least most Democrats won't. And we have here, again, he's going to have the fighting chance. It feels like, if anything, will he get punished? They're going to tell him, if you want to stay, you can. If you want to go, we highly recommend it. Kind of like that kind of thing. Like, they're not really going to push it, so to speak. They're kind of like, all right, because the Democrats, let's be real here. If you look at the Democratic Party, they act as if they lost. They really do. They act as if they lost. They allowed the filibuster to happen, meaning that we won't get anything done in Congress because the Democrats act as if they lost the election, even though they won the election. Yeah, so this is my email. I know Fox needed to email me, so this is my email. Thank you, Daphne. Okay, I lost every one question. So I'm just going to go to the top most recent questions. Thank you, Greta. Thank you. Yes, I have all my information always in the description. So if you guys ever need to ask us for personal readings or anything like that. I think there's no more questions. Yeah, there's no more questions. All right, last question. Why Lindsey Graham and Steve Scally go to Mar-a-Lago? Okay, I almost said something gross, but I'm not going to say it. Thank God I have filter now. All right, so why Lindsey Graham and Steve Scally go to Mar-a-Lago? Okay, so I heard in my ear to discuss re-election plans, whether it's for Trump, whether it's for Lindsey Graham, whether for Steve Scally, or whoever the hell that is. We have here as well, we have the power reverse. They all lost their election, maybe. Not most of them, besides Lindsey Graham. We have here, it's a tower moment. It hasn't happened yet. There's something big that they are concerned about, that it's not in the public eye. And we have here as well as we have the Queen of Swords, right? And it's reversed. And this basically tells me that there's something with the Democratic Party that they are not aware about, or something that they did to the Democrats. Whether it's the people that were running against or something like that, they have done something. They did something. They were something, again, maybe potentially stealing votes. They didn't necessarily twist the votes, but maybe have stolen votes and hit the votes. That kind of scenario. Again, we have here from Joe Biden. So it could be Joe Biden if they were hiding votes from, and that this is what could be about. Again, entertainment purposes only. So I just feel like that, safe, I'm not leaving. I was going to say goodnight to Craig. Okay, thank you, Jordy. Oops. All right, did I miss anything? Question? I'm glad you guys enjoyed us. Thank you. Thank you for coming. It had a big turnout, not like what I expected, so I really appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, I think I've completed all the questions. Okay, let's do this one. And then we have to have Doris. So, Daphne, can you make sure that I answer Dora's question as well? I think that's the last question. Does Steve Bannon have a connection with QAnon? Okay. Yep. Does Steve Bannon have a connection with QAnon? Okay. So we have here, there was some shady dealing going on in the past. We have here, again, he's ignorant, like, I can't say the B word, but ignorant. And we have here, again, it has to do something for the former president, the former incumbent, right? So he did this on the behalf of the former incumbent, and then he was giving them almost like messages. Okay, so you want Trump to say this, this, and this? Okay, I'll make sure Trump said this, this, and this, and does this, and this, and this, so that we can make sure that people who are QAnon believers believe it. So I kind of feel like that's exactly what's going on with QAnon. I'll be speaking about this more in depthly with another video, shorter live stream as well. All right, so let's look at another question. We have one more question and we're done. Let's look at Doris. Where's Doris? Okay, got it. Bye, Craig. All right, so when 45 debt come due and he can't pay, what will happen to him? Trump hope he sells into prostitution. Actually, no, it's not a funny joke. I'm sorry. Okay, so when 45 debt come due and he can't pay, what will happen to him? What will happen to Trump? Could we have him? He owed a lot of debt. We all knew this. He owed a lot of debt. We have here, he's going to try to escape, but he's not going to be able to. And I think this is legitimate in the future. So it looks like that's a possibility. I talked about it before, that I saw like some sort of terrorist attack on a former president or a president, like Trump, for example. I saw like him flying in the sky and then his plane gets shot out of the sky. But it's not like a American plane, it's just like a normal plane, and they know he's there, sort of shit out of the sky. Kind of like what happened with like you know, with him and like I think Saudi Arabia. Something like that. One of those people they shot it out of the sky. Kind of the same scenario with Trump, like almost like karma. So it does feel like that's something that it feels like it's happening. So yeah, this is the longest I have went with asking you guys questions. So thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Daphne and Greta, and all other moderators who came on today. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. We do have a lot of good content coming up next week, so definitely stay tuned. Thank you guys. Tomorrow I won't be going live at all, but thank you all so much. We'll be talking about the 2024 election, and so just make sure you have some people that you want me to talk about who most likely may be running in 2024, whether for the primaries for both the Republicans and Democrats. So definitely stay tuned for that. We'll also be talking about March 14th and the riot potential that may come out of that as well. And we do have a few more others that we'll be discussing as well. But definitely stay tuned. I love you guys and have a very beautiful night. I love you. Thank you so much for coming out. We had such a great turnout. Thank you, moderators. Thank you all. And I love you. And peace out.